Hello, welcome back to the ministry, and today we are talking about the film Now You See Me. I told you I was going to do the review on this, and right now I really do not know the exacts, but I let the Lord speak when I do these words, and I have thoroughly discussed this with the Lord. None of me, all of you, God, because this is actually a very touchy subject. And I'm like, if you want me talking about this, I'm gonna need for you to make this really clear. So I'm trying my best to remove all of myself from this situation and speak this from the perspective of the Lord and His Word, because there's some major stuff in relation to the Four Horsemen and the Four Horsemen, actually 5. Oh, yeah. The 5th seal is important. The 5th seal. The 5 seals. When the seals were broken, the 4 horsemen were the first 4 seals. And then the 5th, what that seal opened up. So we're going to talk about this. And I mentioned this a little bit in when I did the review on the mother, and I talked about the watchman on the wall. Well, this is more in depth, and I've really been trying to sit on this, and the Lord literally, let me tell you how the Lord worked with me. He don't let me see stuff until He ready for me to see it. And when He ready for me to see it, because of the type of connection I have with God, He'll line my day up, literally, that everything I hear up until the point I'm supposed to watch that thing is going to line me up to the time that I watch the thing that I was supposed to do the review on. And even that's going to be in alignment with what it was. That's why you hear me sometimes I'll be talking about some of the other people that I listen to, because literally God lined me up that day. He either lined me up that day or within that week as He was preparing what it was He wanted me to say. He lined me up. So don't just be thinking I'm sitting here and like, ew, let me just say what I can. Nah. The previous word I did on the lust of the flesh, lust of the eye, and pride of life for the men. Oh, He lined me up a couple of days ahead of time for that one. I wasn't prepared for that. I was like, oh, and in the word, I'm like, oh, okay, God. Sometimes I don't know what I'm saying before I get on here. I actually got to go back and listen to it. That's how you know it's real. And secondly, you don't want to know how you also know it's real? I will release some words. Why do you not? I release some words, and the day that I've timed it to release on my page, it lines up in sequential order to the words of the people that I listened to already. Didn't know they were going to release a word. Their word ends up being either lined up, meaning somebody hit on a point that I talked about in their word, and they released it the same day I time set the word, meaning I didn't know that day they were going to release that. That's all God. Because I set these words to release on specific days. I just don't be sitting here record. It looks like I do. To you, it appears like I did. But I'm usually ahead of y'all. Matter of fact, if I tell you the truth, 9 times out of 10, when I get a word and I release it, I'm ahead of the people that release what they've released. I've had years ago when before I even really understood about this gift I got, I would tell people something 6 months ahead of time before they release the same thing. I'm sitting over there like, did you read what I wrote 6 months ago? And now you just talking about it because you didn't want... What? And I'm not one to be sitting up here talking from a place of arrogance. I'm not arrogant. Please, God, don't let me be arrogant. I ain't got no attention right now. Matter of fact, if this was me being prideful, and I wouldn't be on here. Because not a lot of people sit up here and follow me. They don't. Arrogant folks literally be on here, gotta have 150 and 130 and 350,000 and a million followers, and they're like, I got all the attention. I'm on here, got 45, 46. I think I just got 47 the other day. Blessed be to Jesus. Blessed be to Jesus. And I saw all y'all sat up there and you clicked on the word about the mother. Because 46 people watched the beginning of the word on the rebuke of the mama. But y'all didn't watch the whole word. And you know how I know you didn't watch the whole word? Most of y'all only make it 6 minutes through some of my videos. The expanse of the length of the amount of the video that you watch is 6 minutes. I saw my analytics. And I don't follow my analytics. But guess what? I figured that out. So you are letting good information pass right past you because you don't watch past 6 minutes. Is that around the time I start rebuking folks and start hitting on some things that y'all don't want to hear about, so you just leave? I'm just testing. Oh, look, I'm 7 minutes in. You probably already left this video by now. So, yeah. That means I can start now, because you're probably not paying no more attention. All right, now, let's begin. So, now you see me. It starts with a declaration. Let me tell you something about the Lord. He's strategic with the way he works. And if you've been walking with the Lord for any amount of time, he shows you what you need to see, but he doesn't give you the full picture. Listen to any blood-bought believer that is really walking with Christ. They will always tell you God don't never give you the full picture of everything that you're going to be doing when you're walking with God. And when I read this, or shall I say I heard it when they said it in the film, I was like, oh, this is how God operates. Exactly. But see, these individuals in this film are using their gifts like a lot of some of y'all was using your talents, your gifts, your skills, your skill sets, what have you, for the enemy. They were using it for their own gain. Using it in worldly ways to get what they wanted. Okay? But I'm going to get into that in a minute. All right? Because it actually isn't about the storyline as much as it is about the revelation God gave. Follow. So the first thing is he makes a declaration. Come in close. When you walk with God, the only way that you can really understand what God is trying to say to you or do with you is if you come in close. What's that? Praying with God, seeking God's face, getting on your face before the Lord, surrendering things to the Lord, spending your quiet time, and then you be upset because you have isolation. Yeah, because he needed you to come in close. Because in order for you not to be deceived in these times, you need to be close to him. Okay? You want me to say that now? This morning, I was looking at a news report. It was on Today. And they were talking about these new spam calls that they're doing. Since this AI thing kicked up in the past 3 months or so, there's a new spam call that they got where they're duplicating people's children's voices, and they're sending messages that sound like their kids panicked. And they use this to either make it sound like the child is in an emergency, the child has been kidnapped, or the child has been is going through something and they need money. So when they use that voice, they're trying to get money. And because when they think it's their child, your maternal instinct kicks in, that you stop paying attention to the voice to notice that it's actually animatronic, because you think it's your kid. So they've captured your child's voice, which is easy nowadays because all children 9 times out of 10 are on social media. They'll capture their voice and then turn around and do this as the whole ransom to get you to pay them money. The devil gonna get it for these things. This is why you gotta look closely, because you will be deceived. This is why I keep telling y'all, I do not like this AI thing right now. And it's funny because I almost got slipped into it early on.